Hey there, my name is Sam Spear and you're watching Mountaintop Meals. Today, as the hungriest man in Boone, I am happy to be here at Our Daily Bread. Our Daily Bread is a staple here and a household name in Boone. Located right in the heart of King Street, right across the street from the Mass General Store. Our Daily Bread offers soups, sandwiches, and craft beers for many years now, and is a great place to grab a quick bite to eat while exploring King Street. Today we're going to get to meet the owner, go inside the kitchen, see how the food's made, and even try the food.
That is amazing.
Good.
Oh my God.
Rock and roll.
But first off, let's just go ahead and check out the restaurant. Okay, now I'm here with Sam, the owner of ODB, and we're just gonna talk to him about Our Daily Bread. So how did Our Daily Bread, how did you end up in Boone with Our Daily Bread?
Well, I have a family who still lives in Banner Elk, and so as a kid, my family used to travel up here on vacations, whether that be in the summertime or skiing at the resorts. But you know, we come down into Boone to eat and kind of explore when we got tired of being in Banner Elk or Tyne Castle. So that's how Boone was discovered.
How much of the menu would you say is Sam? You know what I'm saying? How much would you say is?
Well, first I'm going to give my wife credit. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Jen. My wife and I collaborated over this, and I think it's like anything else. You know, it was pretty organic. You grew up loving food, like I know you do, and you kind of cherry pick your ideas. You know, whether that's your hometown or whether you're on vacation or you know, nostalgic dishes from childhood, or whether it's your grandmother's recipe, like carrot cake, you know, whatever it may be, you know, those things come into play. And so I would say over 22 years now, we've probably had somewhere between 5 to 10 revisions of the menu. And so only about 10% of that old menu's there, you know, or less. One or two items, yeah.
Has Boone changed over the years, and has Our Daily Bread felt that and kind of changed with it?
Definitely, the heartbeat's a lot bigger, you know, than it used to be. As I expressed earlier in your question, you know, it used to be a one-horse town, and you know, it seems like you could count on one finger the amount of restaurants and establishments that were downtown 20 plus years ago. I think it's growing in the right way. You know, I think that there are a lot of really great concepts that have come to town. It is absolutely more attractive for families, and that's what it takes to, you know, sort of continue to drive tourism. That's our biggest industry, you know, that we have here. And if there was only a Espresso News and an Our Daily Bread, I doubt many families would want to come to them. So competition is great, and it's made for you know, a viable vacationing town, or you know, just a weekender town. It's great.
I think it's time that we get into the menu, get into some more of the things that you personally put your influence into. So I think we're going to get into the kitchen, and we'll fix something up.
Okay, sounds good.
So Chef Jared's here, and he's going to talk me through making the soup. So
sure. So what we're making today is a curry roasted red pepper bisque, and we have all of our ingredients laid out right here. First off, we have our roasted red peppers that we blended up into a mixture. We have 1/3 of a cup of pepper, 1/3 of a cup of curry paste, and then 1/3 of a cup of salt. And right here we just have our heavy cream, milk, and our mirepoix.
Well, you think we're ready to get this on the stove?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good here.
Let's go ahead and get to it. So right here I just have our vegetable stock that we'll be adding eventually. And in the back I am melting some butter for our roux. What a roux is, it's essentially a 1-to-1 parts mixture of melted butter and flour. And we'll add that to the soup after we've added everything else. It'll really give it some body, some depth of flavor. We'll start off with our roasted red pepper juice and water. Next we have our blended roasted red peppers here. Next we have our mirepoix that we talked about earlier. Our curry powder.
So would you say there's like an array of flavors going on in this?
Oh,
soup?
for sure, yeah. There's a lot of depth to it. That's what any good soup really has. There's a lot of depth. salt and pepper. And here we have our garlic. After the end of my shift, I like to sit down with the grilled cheese and just dunk it straight in the soup.
This is like the cool cousin of the tomato soup.
Exactly,
Say that?
yeah, cool, spicy cousin. Now we're adding our milk right here. And this is where most of that creaminess comes from, is the whole milk and the heavy cream. Okay, and now that we've added everything here, the only things left to add are our stock, our roux, and a little bit of sriracha to give it a extra little kick here. We will start off with the vegetable stock. Just add that in here. We've just mixed it together right here. Next, a little bit of sriracha, and we'll finish with the roux.
Nice sriracha.
Just a generous bit of sriracha adds that extra kick. And then lastly, we have our roux.
So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna let this simmer. We're gonna move on to our sandwich, and then
Sounds
dessert
good.
later, and I'll see you later in the dining room.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so we got the soup cooking right now, and now I'm here with Chef Trey, and he's gonna walk us through how to make a sandwich here at ODB. So Chef, what sandwich are we gonna make today?
Today, guys, we're gonna go with a Tarragon Pistachio Pesto. It's gonna be on a lovely croissant with a grilled piece of ham, as well as some provolone cheese. But we're just gonna start with a lovely pesto today. So we're gonna go with our Tarragon leaves into the blender, fresh halved pistachios, a little garlic. We got 2 tablespoons of pepper, as well as 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. So we'll put all these ingredients in the blender. So the key to the great pesto is slowly adding the oil. Don't go too fast. You'll oversaturate the greens and it won't break up properly. You want to get a little dry as you go slow on the oil. And I sometimes get lazy and just let gravity do the work for me. See a lovely pop of color, all that garlic, all that seasoning, ready to jump out and slap your ham in the face with flavor.
Okay, so now we have our pesto made. So Chef Trey, if you just want to walk me through the rest of the sandwich.
All right, guys, first things first, we're going protein on the grill. Ham, right in the middle. Gotta love that sound. I like to get a little color, so we're gonna wait 30 seconds, get a little golden brown. Quick flip. Gotta make a little pocket of that flavor. So we're gonna shake our pesto up, go right on top of the ham. Pepper jack cheese comes next. And water is your best friend. The steam makes everything more delicious. We're gonna step over here to our croissant. We're gonna go roasted red pepper aioli. A little spring greens. Tomatoes. So really all I'm waiting for is the temperature to rise and the cheese to melt. Give it a quick scoop. We're going straight down on top of the tomatoes. Bam. We'll close it up. 2 little cocktail frills. And you have a pistachio tarragon pesto ham.
Okay, Chef, so we got our soup, we got our sandwich, and now for the best part of the meal, in my opinion, the dessert. So if you could talk us through what we're making today.
All right, guys, we're gonna go with a pumpkin sweet loaf. So we're gonna start with half a can of a pumpkin base, 2 tablespoons of cloves, 2 tablespoons of allspice, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, as well as 2 tablespoons of nutmeg. All those lovely Thanksgiving hearty seasonings. We got baking soda and baking powder. We have 10 cups of sugar, 14 cups of flour, 16 eggs, 2 cups of water, and 2 cups of oil. Let's get started. The good thing to start with any baking process is go with your dry ingredients. So 10 cups of sugar in. We're gonna go with our baking soda, baking powder. Gotta get that lovely leavening. Cinnamon next, then nutmeg, cloves. And Sam, as you can see, man, you're already feeling Thanksgiving right now, right?
Definitely,
You can get
yeah.
it on the nose.
I'm at Grandma's house right now.
Oh yeah, my friend. And then our
And that
allspice.
was, so,
Now, as we've got all of our ingredients separate, you can see how they're kind of breaking down. So you want to go ahead and get that mixed together, so you've got a lovely base before all the wet ingredients go in. Now we're going to go with our pumpkin, and we're going to go with our eggs, 16 of them. do have a lot of vacationers, people who come up just to visit for a little bit. So especially in the snow time when it's cold, they want to come and get a hot sandwich and some soup. Want to turn around and take some home so they can remember us when they get back to Charlotte or Raleigh, wherever they came from.
Sure.
And then we're gonna go with 2 cups of oil and 2 cups of water. And this is just gonna keep it nice and moist. You know, you're always flirting on that line of I want it to be fluffy and delicious, but I don't want it to be dry. So you wanna keep that extra moisture. Now our friend the whisk. All right, got our dry and our wet together. Kind of got this beautiful little slurry. Now what we're gonna do is step over to the flour, the actual binder that's gonna hold things together. So I like to go slow and steady. So just add a little bit. And give it a good tap.
So one thing I've noticed, like through the sandwich, through the soup, is that like ODB, like they kind of take things slow.
Certainly.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything, like it seems like you guys want to put a lot of care into it.
Definitely, and we care a lot about the quality of our ingredients as well as the quality of the plate that's coming to you. You know, we're dealing with sandwiches and soups, so it's not the most difficult thing in the world. It's not a fillet, it's not some crazy quiche, but a little bit of time and effort on our end translates to the plate and make sure that people are enjoying as best they can.
Good to hear.
Now when you're at home and you're looking to make some restaurant quality deliciousness, always go with a little sift. You know, like you were saying earlier, a few extra minutes on my end, it's gonna make everything come out better on the other end, outside the oven. All right guys, now we've got all our flour ingredients, everything's mixed together, and you can see it's a lovely, thick, velvety pumpkin loaf. And I'm ready to go to the oven when you are.
It's time to bake.
Let's go.
Okay, chef, so we got our soup, we got our sandwich, we got our sweetbread in the oven. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the dining room for you and Chef Jared, and I'll meet you there.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, I think I'm gonna try our sandwich first.
Dive right in, man. So you should have a light, flaky, buttery croissant. You should get a full bite of the Tarragon pistachio pesto, hearty nuts, saltiness from the ham. And it's so good. I can see it all over your face. It's
That is
wonderful.
amazing.
Good.
Oh my God.
Rock and roll.
Texture.
Exactly.
All the parts.
The texture, there's creamy, but then there's salty, but then there's like that spice. Well, I think I'm gonna go on to our soup now.
Go for it, my friend.
And so you said it was a curry.
Curry, red pepper bisque.
Okay. Okay.
So it should be light, it should be creamy, a little bite of the curry at the end, and a lovely red pepper in the middle.
Oh, that is really good. See, I was talking to Chef Jared, and it's like light, but it's still hearty.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You know, I love coconut curry, and so if there's a way to sneak it in, that's one of the ways we do it.
Now, my personal favorite part of the meal. We're gonna move to some dessert.
Go for it.
So, what type of sweetbread was this?
So you have a sweet pumpkin loaf, and that's served with our fruity salads as well as a dessert option. Good with tea and coffee.
It's definitely hearty. Like it definitely has that spice that you mentioned, and the moisture really stays in it.
A lot of times folks are tentative about opening the oven, seeing what's going on with your baked goods, your bacon, all this different stuff. You should open the oven, look, touch, feel, poke it with a toothpick. So that extra amount of time that you're checking on it is what's gonna maintain that moisture, because you can always just throw it in there and forget about it, and then it's gonna be a brick when it comes out. But
Well, as you can see, Our Daily Bread puts a lot of heart into their food, and they are not ashamed of that. They are part of the community here, and Boone is happy to have them, and they are happy to have Boone. Our Daily Bread will continue to serve Boone for many, many years to come, and we are happy because of that. My name is Sam Spear, and this has been Mountaintop Meals.